Hello, my dear crochet friends. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be making this cute little bow. And this can be used for many things. You can make a hair tie out of it, or you can just use them for decoration on gift boxes, or you can put them on bag handles and so many more things. You can even put it on a Christmas tree if you use the right colors. So this here I have made with acrylic yarn and a 3mm hook, but you can also make it with any kind of yarn that you want to use. And this here I have started one with cotton thread, and here I am using 2.5 mm hook. It just looks a little more stiffer as compared to the acrylic yarn. But you can also make it with a little chunky yarn for, you can put it on a bag like I have made this one. It is not, I've attached it to a bag handle. So here you can use it. I've made it with 5 mm hook, or you can even make it with plush yarn or chenille yarn. You can make a big bow and you can put it around a teddy bear's neck, or you could use it on a cushion. You could use it as a decorative on a cushion. So for this, you can use any yarn, just use the appropriate size hook with it. So I'm using mercerized cotton yarn here, 100% cotton yarn, and I am using a 2.5 mm hook for this. So let's begin the pattern. The pattern is very simple, no complicated stitches at all. So what we do is like we chain 23 to start the pattern. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So here we have 23 chains. If you want a smaller bow, you can also reduce the number of base stitches. Instead of 23, you can do 21, or you can even do 19 if you want a slightly smaller bow. This here is made with 23 chains and a 3 mm hook. It turns out this big. So if you want a smaller one or a bigger one, just you need to change the base chains. And if you want a smaller one, go for like just odd numbers, all right? 21, 23, 25. Or if you wanted like even bigger, then you can make it like instead of 23, you could go to up to 25 or 27. And after that, after you've changed 23, we skip the first 3 chains. The first 3 chains here we skip, and we go into the 4th chain and we make a double crochet. So your first 3 chains here count as your first double crochet, and into the 4th chain we have done our second double crochet. After this, you simply chain 2, and you're going to skip 2 chains here. You worked into this stitch, and now you're going to skip 1 and 2, and into the 3rd one we are going to make a double crochet. And you're going to chain 2, and you're going to skip 1, 2, and into the 3rd chain again we are going to make a double crochet and chain 2. Again, skip 1, 2, into the 3rd chain we are going to make a double crochet. So this is your pattern repeat for the first row. So here in the beginning, like you can see, we have 2 double crochets, and then chain 2, skip 2, double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet. So skip 2, and into the 3rd stitch we are going to do a double crochet again, and chain 2, and we're going to skip 2, and we're going to do a double crochet again, chain 2, and skip 2, and you have 2 chains left here. You can see that we have 2 chains. If you skip this and this, in both the last 2 stitches in every row, you will be doing 1 double crochet each into the last 2 chains. So at the beginning of the row here, we have 2 chains. Then you just do chain 2, skip 2, double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet, ending the row again here with 2 double crochets. End of the row, you're always going to chain 3. and you're going to turn your work, and the first two will be double crochet. We already have this chain 3 counts as your first double crochet, so you're going to do a double crochet into the second chain 2. All right, so we have 2 double crochets now. Now you're simply going to chain 2, and from this row onwards you're simply going to do 1 double crochet on top of the double crochet, and you will chain 2, and again you will do your next double crochet on top of this double crochet. It's that simple. Just chain 2 and skip these 2, and on top of this double crochet you are going to chain 2 again after the double crochet on top of double crochet, and chain 2 and double crochet on top of double crochet here. So you can see that the double crochets are simply just stacked up one on top of each other, each row beginning with 2 double crochets and each row again ending with 2 double crochets. Don't forget your chain 3. The top chain 3 will be your last double crochet. So if you're a beginner, every time you do a chain 3, just put a stitch marker in this last chain so you know that you have to work your last double crochet into this when you come back. So after you do your chain 3, you turn around, you do your second double crochet. Since we are starting every row with 2 double crochets, you will always have 2 double crochets at both the edges. Then you will simply do chain 2, and you will go on and do a double crochet on top of each double crochet. So I'm going to be doing this one round with you, and then I will leave you to it, and we are going to be doing a total of 28 rows for the bigger piece of the bow. I'll just explain it to you. Let me just finish this round. So here, like, we are almost at the end of the row. You just follow the same pattern every time. 2 double crochets in the beginning, 2 double crochets in the end, and double crochet on top of double crochet, and chain 2 on top of chain 2. Okay, so now here I've done 3 rows. So, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. Okay, so you just keep on working till you have 28 boxes and continue the length. So once you have done your 28 rows, this is what your piece should look like. It should just look like a long piece with 6 boxes each, and you will have 28 rows for this piece. And after that, you're going to do a second smaller piece. So if you can see, like, this is the bigger piece, and we have attached a smaller piece down below. So this is your second piece, and for working the second piece, we are simply going to start. I'll just show you how to work the second row also. So for the first big piece, we worked 23 chains. So here for the smaller piece, you are simply going to chain less number of stitches. Let's say 17. Since our bigger piece was 23, I'm going to be working 17 chains for the smaller one. So you can adjust this according to the size of your bigger piece. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So first for the bigger piece, we did 23 chains. For this, we are doing 17 chains, and the process is the same. You skip the first 3 stitches, you go into the 4th, and you do a double crochet. All right, so we have the beginning 2 double crochets, then again simply chain 2, skip 2 here, and you go into the 3rd, and you do a double crochet, and again you're going to chain 2, skip 2, and you're going to go into the 3rd stitch with a double crochet, repeat, chain 2, skip 2, and you're going to do a double crochet. And here again we are going to chain 2, and we're going to skip 2 on the base end. You have 2 stitches left, which by now you know are going to be our 2 double crochets at the edge. So we're going to be doing 2 double crochets in the end. And like for the bigger piece, for the smaller piece too, you're simply going to chain 3 and you're going to turn your work. Your chain 3 is your first double crochet. You're going to do your second double crochet here and repeat. Chain 2, double crochet on top of the double crochet, again chain 2, and you're going to be just following the pattern of double crochet over double crochet and chain over 2, and you're going to start and finish your rows with 2 double crochets. The only difference being for the smaller piece, we are going to do 20 rows instead of 28 rows. For the first bigger piece, we started with 23 chains and we did 28 rows. For this, you're going to start with 17 chains and you're going to do just 20 rows, because for the bow, we will be folding up the bigger piece into half and the smaller piece will come below the bow like this, right? So the smaller piece will have just 20 rows of length, but everything else remains the same. You had 6 boxes in the bigger one. In the smaller piece, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to have just 4 boxes and 20 rows for the small piece. So this is your big piece with 28 rows, and this is your smaller piece with 20 rows. This has 6 boxes and the smaller piece will have 4 boxes across. So once you're done with both your bigger piece and the smaller piece, if you want to do the edging, like you can see, I have done a lace edging over here and I have also done it on my yellow bow. So it just makes it look very pretty if you're going to use it as a hair tie, or like if you're going to put it on a gift box. The edging really gives it a very neat look. So for doing the edging, I'm going to teach you. I've already done the edging on one side of this 28 rows that we have done. So I will just show it to you on the other side. It is very simple. So once you've finished your 28 rows, all you need to do is you will be finishing here when you finish your 28 rows on either side. When you finish, all you do is, remember we did 2 double crochets to start each row. So you go in between the 2 double crochets and you will do a slip stitch. After the slip stitch, you can see these bars of the double crochets we did. You will simply do 1 single crochet on top of this vertical bar. There is a hole here if you can see it. So you will do 1 single crochet and you're going to be doing chain 3 and you're going to do a double crochet. If you can see these 2 bars here from the single crochet we just did, we will be working a double crochet across these 2 bars of the single crochet. Once you have your double crochet, you're simply going to slip stitch into the next big space that you have. After slip stitching, you know, this is the vertical bar. These are the 2 double crochets in the edge we have done, and this hole here on top. You can see this hole here. You're simply going to do a single crochet. When you do the single crochet, you get these 2 bars. So you do chain 3 and you do a double crochet into the base 2 chains of the single crochet we just did. So there. After we do the double crochet, what you're going to do, you're going to slip stitch into this big space between the 2 double crochets. These are the 2 double crochets of the edge. And then on top of the vertical bar, you have this hole. You can see this hole here. You will simply do a single crochet and you have the 2 bars after you do your single crochet. Then you're simply going to chain 3 and you're going to work a double crochet into these base bars from the single crochet you just did. Once your double crochet is over, what are you going to do? You have the big space here between the 2 TCs. You're going to slip stitch into the base here, into the bigger space. Then you have your vertical bar. You can see this, and there is this hole here, if you can see here. So you're just going to make a single crochet. Once you get your single crochet, you're going to chain 3 again, and you're going to work a double crochet into the base 2 chains from the single crochet you just created. So you do your double crochet, and after doing the double crochet again, we have this big space between the 2 double crochets that we did at the edge. So go into this space, simply do a slip stitch. Now the next vertical bar is here, and you can see there is a hole here. Go into this hole and do a single crochet, and you're going to do a chain 3, and you're going to work back a double crochet into the base 2 bars that you can see from the single crochet you just completed. All right, so single crochet, and you're going to slip stitch into the bigger space between the edge 2 double crochets. Then you're going to look for the small hole here, and you're going to do a single crochet, and again chain 3, and you're going to do a double crochet into the base 2 bars from the single crochet, and just go on repeating till the end of the row. All right, so this is what it looks like. Definitely makes it look prettier, doesn't it? You can see it now. We have edges. So now I'm going to be showing you, once you work the entire row, when you come to the last stitch here, you work your slip stitch into this, and you're going to work your last single crochet, and you'll work chain 3 and double crochet. Once you've done your double crochet, you simply slip stitch onto this last corner space, and you will continue on to this side by doing your first single crochet here, working chain 3, slip stitch into this bar, single crochet into this bar, and slip stitch into the big space, single crochet, slip stitch into this, and single crochet, chain 3, double crochet. So you'll work all around the 4 sides the same way, and also into the small one you will work lace all around the corner. So for the corner, I'll just show you here. We are at a corner. So after you have worked this corner, you have to now work this corner. So when you are on the corner and you've done your last slip stitch, then you simply do slip stitch to the corner here, and you will come on to the first, you will slip stitch onto this space, and you will come to your first single crochet here, and you will do a single crochet, and you'll be working 3 chains, and you will work along this single crochet. You'll do a double crochet, slip stitch into the bigger space here, and you will single crochet into the you do your slip stitch, and you do your single crochet on top of this vertical bar, and you're going to be doing chain 3, and you will work your double crochet into the base, and you will come on to your next big space. Come to the space, slip stitch, and simply again the vertical bar on the top, you will work a single crochet, and you will do a chain 3 and keep working all around till you have these 2 pieces. So once you have these 2 pieces, what you're going to do is you're simply going to turn this in half, and you're going to stitch the corners here. So after you stitch the corners, you will have something like this. You have your big piece folded into half, and you have your smaller piece which you do not fold. And all you need to do is stitch this piece with a darning needle and hold this piece here. And you're going to need something to hold these 2 pieces together. So if you can see here, I have a vertical small piece holding these 2 pieces. So for this piece, all you're going to do is you're going to simply chain 7. You're going to begin with a chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And you're simply going to single crochet 6 back, because one is the turning chain. We made 7. So on the way back, you will have 6 single crochets. So you're going to do 6 single crochets. So when you have your 6 single crochets, you're going to need a turning chain to keep the shape straight. So you chain 1 and you turn and you work back into the same 6 single crochets. You work single crochets. All right, so it's just simple 7 chains, working back 6 single crochets, back and forth till you have 17 rows, or you can keep it over your bow, the 2 pieces that you have done, and make sure that it's not too large and it's not too small. So you keep working this piece to the length, and then you put it around both these 2 pieces, like here. Then you just keep it around these 2 pieces and sew your piece at the back. So I will just show you. I have simply put a pin here so I can show you to you in a better way. So this is the small piece that you're going to make with 7 chains and 6 single crochets back and forth till you have a long enough piece. I have done 17 rows here, and you have to simply keep both your pieces together, your bigger piece and your smaller piece, and on the back side you're going to sew this up, right? So you simply sew it with a darning needle, or in case you are going to make a hair tie, and what you need to do is, before you sew up this back piece, you're going to place your hair tie and you're going to sew it around so that the hair tie is around the back piece, and then you can use this on your hair by simply tying the back tie to this piece before stitching it up at the back. So this is how it looks from the back side with a hair tie. If you're not making a hair tie, if you're just going to make a bow, or if you're like here, I have attached it to my handle of the bag. So I've simply just stitched the bow on to the handle of my bag. So you can do this. It makes the bag look really cute and it gives it an additional pretty look. Or you can put it on your Christmas trees, in which case you can just have this around and you can just use a pin or a hook to pin it onto your Christmas tree, and it's going to look real cute. I hope you like this project, and please do let me know in the comments if something is not clear, and if you have followed the pattern and if you have made a bow like this, please do share it in the comments with me. I'll be here to help you with anything at all that you need. And if you can think of other ways you can use this bow, please do go improvise and share pictures with me. I'll be really happy. So till next time, thank you for watching my channel. See you next time.